Hi everyone, thanks for having me on the call. I'm going to talk about how we have been using embedded consumer education within our operations and specifically around financial education. And before I get into that, just a quick introduction into our relationship with MFO. Zoona worked with MFO over a few years from 2011 to 2013 on a consumer education project for consumer education tools and many of which we have since adopted into our core business and training materials. We were really grateful to work with MFO during this time because it was very early on in our growth story, and we hope that we can collaborate with them in the future as well going forward. So I'll just talk briefly about our core customers, just to give you an idea of the people that we're working with. We have two main core customers. One is the Zoona agent. I don't know, do you have the slide up there for everyone to see?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Your video is loading.
So that's an example of a Zoona agent. The lady who's in a green room, essentially they provide over-the-counter financial services to their communities. So it's anything from money transfers to bill payments for like electricity top-up and the likes, and even airtime sales. And so they'll operate maybe from a booth. Most of them operate from a booth, and some of them might have their own retail store where they're selling other stuff, but will still provide these financial services in their community. The second type of customer that we have is a Zoona distributor. So these are essentially small business people that are using our platform to pay suppliers or to even receive payment from their own customers. And for both these customer types, they do this primarily from their cell phone, and most of them have minimal education. For the most part, it might be like a primary or high school level of education, and so it's really been critical for us to really embed a lot of the consumer education within their normal type of business operations. It makes it less intimidating, and then it also gets through to them so much easier and quicker. So I'll just go into like 6 of the main ways in which we're really embedding consumer education within our practice. The first one is through our call center. You can go to the next slide. In our call center, we have a call center of fully trained staff who are providing continuous consumer education to our agents and also to the money transfer customers, who essentially our customer's customer. So we have found that through their operations, they might have questions that keep popping up, maybe from the market or just from within their operations, and we found it useful to have staff within our organization who are dedicated to solely giving this consumer education to the agents. It just speeds up the pace of doing business for us. Secondly is through the point of sale. So this is both the physical point of sale by ensuring we have posters, for example, around the importance of securing your PIN message, and also on the transaction itself. We have a keep a PIN secret message on each and every single money transfer. So the agent will get it, and the consumer will get it, and even the receiver will get it, just so that everybody is educated on like how important it is to keep your secret PIN, because this is how somebody will get access to your money transfer. Thirdly, we use it very much around our risk management. So it's everything from fraud warnings around what is happening in the market, like common practices around fraud, to even best practices of fraud management. So we disseminate this either as pop-up messages on when the agent logs in onto their cell phone to do a transaction. It comes as a pop-up message, just so that we're sure that everybody is aware of what's happening in the market and they can keep on top of things. Fourth is when we do new product development. So with each new product development, we'll run a series of trainings across the country for our agents. We have about 600 agents across the country. And with this, some people will understand it offhand, like immediately, others might not, and we then monitor usage on our new products, and where we see that there might be some struggle within adoption, we start to send out tips on maximizing these new product releases. It might be something like, do you know that you can log in simply and reconcile your account using this functionality? But we send out tips which help them maximize new product release usage. Fifth, it's through our business management tools. What we realize as we're growing through our operation is that things like example, account reconciliation and reports were taking so long for our agents to do. Some of them would say they were reconciling for even up to 2 hours, which meant that they had to close their operations earlier to get through the daily reconciliation. And so we started to develop business management tools for them right on the same menu that they use for their usual business transactions. This makes it easier instead of them moving from a cell phone where they're used to operating from onto a paper to start to like now physically do a reconciliation. They can use the tool on their cell phone and it makes it easier. It has shortened the reconciliation time from 2 hours to about 5 minutes, and they can also access summaries of their statements on a daily basis, which is just like a 1 minute query and you get your summary statement. And lastly, we're really utilizing embedded education in our surveys. So we feel it's important to disseminate as much consumer education as we can. But we can assume that this is what the customer and the consumer needs. But at the end of the day, it's very important for us to pull back information as well. And so we do surveys on a monthly basis. And some of these might be an urgent survey, which we might enforce by making sure that the agent can't do any transaction before they answer the survey. And it also might be something that we just put on as a menu item that they can respond to at the leisure of their own time. So we found this useful because then we start to learn, like, what are the common questions, especially around new products or new partnerships in the market, like how are people feeling about the new partnership and what are the new issues that are coming up with new products. So it gives us an opportunity to not just push out information, but also pull back information that we can work on to keep improving our services to our clients. Yeah. So that's how we're using it practically.